everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about layering fragrances. I'm going to be talking about the fragrances that I like to layer, also body products. So we're not just talking about mixing perfumes, we're talking about body products, whether they're matching or not, and just generally some rules that I like to follow that work for me to give me the confidence that I smell good, because I think sometimes layering can get a little bit out of hand. I know there's a lot of layering videos out there and people are telling you to wear like bouquet, what's it called? No, oud bouquet and baccarat rouge, and you just think, oh my god, like you're gonna be a walking stink bomb. So I'm just gonna talk you through how I do it, and maybe that will be of interest to you, maybe not. So let's get on with it. I've picked a selection of things here to show you, and I think we'll start with body products. So for me, I don't think it's necessary to go out and buy all the matching body products for a fragrance. I do have all of the matching products for Coco Mademoiselle, or a lot of them, and that's because I wear it quite a lot. I really enjoy it. It gives me joy to wear these products. Even if I don't wear the eau de parfum, I will still wear the matching products, let them wear off for a little bit, just enjoy their perfume, and then maybe spray something in a similar vein on top. And when I say similar, I like to think of Coco Mademoiselle is a bit of a floral patchouli type scent, so I would pick something that also is a little bit of a floral patchouli or something along those lines. That's what I do if I do happen to have the body products for a perfume I've got, is I will enjoy them together and separately, and I think that's a way to make sure you get the most use out of them. Don't feel like you can only ever wear the matching perfume with the matching products. You can definitely mix and match. So moving on from that, one thing I like to do is to have body products that are either unscented or very lightly scented, or scented with a smell that kind of matches a lot of my perfumes, so that way I don't have to think too much. This is one of them that I've gone back to time and time again. It's Charity Pot from Lush. This one's about half done now. I get through it pretty quickly. To me, this one smells rosy and slightly lightly chocolatey, but in a really subtle way, and it's quite a thick and rich and a really good moisturizer in general. The scent is noticeable but not really strong, and then on top I would pretty much wear most of my collection. There's nothing that it's really going to clash with because it's not too strong. So I would urge you to either buy an unscented body lotion, then you don't have to think about it at all, or you could buy something that you really like the smell of because it works with most of your perfumes. If you're like me and you've got a bit of a type, some people have a very eclectic mix of perfume. I have a type. I have lots of musky florals and lots, or most of my perfumes have some vanilla in them. They're all fairly similar apart from a few outliers. So that is my main body lotion of choice. And then when it comes to matching oils, like I said earlier, I will wear them together, the matching oil and the eau de parfum, and I'd also mix and match. So I have this one here. This is the oil, Sublime Oil by Francesca Bianchi Unspoken Musk. I have made no secret of the fact that I am in love with Unspoken Musk. It is really quite possibly my favourite perfume ever. It's way up there, definitely my top 3. Possibly it is number 1. I don't want to commit, you know, a bit of a commitment phobe. But what I think I love about the smell of Unspoken Musk is it's got all the ingredients I love. So it has the iris, it has the vanilla, they're the main thing, and the musk, of course. I am a musk whore. And so of course I absolutely love Unspoken Musk. This today though, I don't think I'm going to be wearing the eau de parfum. However, I do have this in my hair. So with these Sublime oils, you can use them on your body, and also you can put some in your hair. So I have this in my hair, So this is giving me a light, musky iris vanilla scent. And because that is really my type of fragrance, I have got a lot of fragrances that have very similar or the same notes. So I could therefore wear, with that body lotion, I could wear my Iris Ganache. This is a discontinued fragrance from Guerlain. This is a travel spray. I have a bigger decant upstairs as well because it's so gorgeous. Iris Ganache is a white chocolate iris, obviously slightly spicy, so it's got some cinnamon, but it's another sort of musky, vanilla-y, chocolatey iris. So it falls in the same ballpark as Unspoken Musk. They're different, but this would totally work with this. So I could wear this as a body lotion, I could put it in my hair, then I could wear Iris Ganache, and then if I wanted to layer further, then I could potentially choose to wear Iris Ganache only around here, and then on my wrists I could go for either Unspoken Musk, which I have here of course, so I could wear that on my wrists and the Iris Ganache, and then the fragrance meets in the air. So you're not spraying one directly over the other. That is not something I do. It has gone wrong when I've done that. I think the only way that will work is if you choose quite simplistic fragrances and you let them really dry down between layering. And even then, it's not something I only really do it with very light citrusy fragrances. So I might spray one really citrusy fragrance, let that dry completely, and then maybe another one. But apart from that, I tend not to layer one fragrance directly over another. I personally don't think it works that often, and they're not meant to be used in that way, and I think it can really mess things up. And it's never going to be, if you get it, maybe one day you do it and you think it smells great, but obviously whereabouts on your body, how much you spray of each, how long you leave between spraying, all of those can change things about. So personally, that's something I don't do. Let me know if you do that. Be interesting if that works for you. So moving back to, let's say I'm wearing Iris Ganache around here, so it's slightly gourmand, vanillic iris, slightly spicy. But then on my wrist, I could wear another iris perfume, another Guerlain in fact, and it is the Shalimar Millésime Iris. This one is a very powdery, quite sweet vanillic iris. It does smell a bit like Shalimar to start with, but mostly what you get in the dry down is this beautiful waft of musky, powdery, dusty, fluffy vanilla. It's really lovely. And it works so well with the other vanillic Guerlains and also with Unspoken Musk. And then another perfume that has similar notes is this one, and it's Belle Âme from Les Abstraits. And this one's a little spicier, it's a little crunchier. It's not quite as smooth, it's not quite as soft and fluffy. It does have a beautiful dose of iris, got a tiny little bit of rose, and it is just stunning. It's more of a statement, I would say, than the Millésime Iris, and maybe even more than Unspoken Musk. This is a bit more bite to it. It's got this tonka resin, it's definitely got a bit of spice, so it's a bit more, as I say, bitey. So you could wear that on your wrists and let it meet the Guerlain in the air, and that is also wonderful. So I think you see what I'm saying here is you want your fragrances to kind of fit together, to have similar notes, a similar theme. You could, of course, choose to wear, so for example, I've got another one here. You could choose a fragrance that has a very strong note. So let's say this one. This is a rose perfume. It's called I Dreamed of a Rose by Juliette Rose Perfumes. This one, it has a lot of notes, but really the main thing is this, it's like a fruity rose. It goes quite musky in the dry down. There is a little bit of violet in here, but even if there wasn't, imagine you pick a rose, quite a rose dominant fragrance, but quite simplistic, and then if you think about what you like rose to be teamed with, if you like other perfumes, for me, rose and violet, I think they go wonderfully together. They're often teamed in perfumes, as well as raspberry. Raspberry and rose and violet all together go wonderfully, but you could just pick one. Think about what you like in perfumes, the notes that you love, and how often you see certain notes combined. And you could pick a rose-centric perfume to wear around here. You could pick violet perfumes for your wrists and just let them waft around you and meet in the air. That's how I do it. Now that might seem a little pathetic to some of you. You crazy people that like to spray one perfume on top of another. You're a nutcase. You know you are. Another thing you can do is just try in your collection, have some very simplistic fragrances, and then you just know that you can really layer. And I mean, obviously if that's your thing, like, you need to like them on their own as well as mixed up with other things. But this one here is a perfect layering fragrance. It's called Muscio. It's from Santa Maria Novella, and this one is, it's called Muscio. It means musk. It's very clean, musky in the dry down. It's got a little bit of a dirty musk in the opening. It smells a little bit animalic. There's a hint of a spice. It smells a little bit aniseedic to me in the opening. There's a hint of floral in here, and it's very simplistic. This kind of fragrance I will spray all over my clothes. So let's say I'm already wearing a perfume on my skin, so it's counteracting with my skin and it's pushing out and projecting, but then I might want to just spray this over my scarf or my coat. It just feels like the kind of fragrance I would lightly spray onto clothes. And then again, you get that simplistic, subtle muskiness, just adding something a little extra to the fragrance you're already wearing on your skin. So simplistic fragrances, like just something like a pure musk, or just very simple iris, something that's soft and light and clean. It could even be like an aldehyde type thing, like it just smells soapy. Whatever you like, but just a basic, simple fragrance that you can just add another dimension to what you're wearing, and it makes life a bit more interesting. I mean, let's not take it too seriously. It's not going to change your life. It's not going to be a game changer, but it will just add another dimension, especially if you don't have a large collection of perfume. If you build a small wardrobe of perfumes, but that are a bit more layerable, then you can obviously do more with them. You don't have to wear one perfume at a time. If you're a fragrance whore like myself, you'll probably find you never go out with just one perfume on. But as I say, I don't layer one on top of the other. I might wear one on this wrist, one on this wrist, and then something else around here. But I like to know that in the air it's harmonious. So a tip I would give for you is, if you have an important event, if you're going out, something special, you care how you smell, how you feel about how you smell, then if you're planning to layer, test it first. Don't just go on a whim and start spraying like one fragrance on this wrist, one on this wrist and one on here, and just hope for the best. I would say you want to make sure that it works. So test it, spray them on your skin, wave them about. When you're at home and you're not too bothered how you smell so much, don't just go out, grab a few things and spray them willy-nilly, because you're probably going to smell a bit weird if you do that. You want things to be harmonious, and it's almost a natural instinct to choose the fragrances that feel like they would fit together. And I think what you'll notice here is that none of these fragrances are big bombastic bombs. I think they're not ideal for layering. I know there are people out there that will tell you to wear beast mode perfumes and layer them with something else. I just think that if you're wearing a big, strong, impactful beast mode fragrance, that's enough already. Like, that is enough. You do not need to add to that, because it's just going to be even more overwhelming for everyone, including yourself. So I've got one more here that I think is a really great layering perfume. Another one that's very simplistic, so it would fit into that layering perfume sort of category. And this one's called Peut-être. It's a beautiful bottle from Maison Lancôme. And this is a very soft, musky rose scent. I think it must be iris. It smells like iris and musk and a little bit of rose. There's probably other florals in here, but that's the main vibe. It smells a little bit like that Chanel, that one that came out about a year or two ago in the red bottle, that's not really a perfume. That's sort of more of a body mist. Smells a bit like that. So it's that your skin but better kind of thing, where you're just going to get light whiffs of something really airy and pretty. It's slightly warm, but it's not, there's nothing sharp. It's all very, very soft and lovely. So you could totally wear this. This could be another one that just goes into your clothes, or you could wear this as your main perfume. This is one I wouldn't be too scared to wear a little, like wear quite a lot of it, because it's quite a soft perfume. Let it dry right down, and then maybe spray something else just a little elsewhere that might overlap. So for example, I would potentially team that with maybe just a couple of sprays on the wrists of this, or maybe one more spray on top, but let the lighter perfume be the one that's you wear more of, and then just be very careful on the sprays with the heavier one, because you're kind of trying to get a balance, aren't you? So you don't want if you overwhelm yourself with a really strong or the stronger of the two perfumes, then the other one's not really even gonna notice. So yeah, that's my thoughts on layering. It's not maybe the most conventional out there, so let me know what you think. Do you have any particular fragrances that you think really lend themselves to layering? Do you have a suggested combination of perfumes that you really enjoy together? Do you layer one on top of the other, or do you stick to different bits of your body for different perfumes? That's it then. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.